What is up, everybody? How's the mic sound? Hello. Let me know in the general chat if you guys can hear me. Somebody's trying to speak on stage. Oh, hell no. Hear you loud and clear, boss. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all having an amazing week. It's been a while since I've honestly looked at the charts. We've been running down like crazy since Friday. And so just now am I finally starting to see some beautiful buy side. It's exactly what I wanted to see going into Asia session. What's up, Alan? Love to see you guys all in here. Yes, sir. Let's start off the stream by spamming some W's in the chat. Let's wake up the Discord. Let them all know that we are live today for Asia session. As usual, guys, 7 p.m. So let me start off with a top-down analysis. I'm also streaming on YouTube, so if you see any issues whatsoever with the Discord, feel free to go to the Legacy Funded Futures YouTube channel, and you guys will be able to watch me there as well. Just because sometimes there's issues for some people on Discord, but on YouTube, the issues go away magically. And then again, guys, this is Legacy Funded Futures Discord, so remember, trade with us. Legacy Funded Futures, I'll be showcasing the platform, DX Trade, and I'll be taking live executions on this evaluation, taking it to funded with you guys, using good risk management, teaching you guys my strategy, marking up the charts, doing top-down analysis. That's what I do every single day for Asia session. So I hope you guys are stoked, and let's get started. So as usual, guys, we want to start off from the highest time frame here. So last week we did have an immediate rebalance, and then we ended up on Friday melting down and not really respecting it. See, I was looking last week for buy side. I wanted to see us run through this gap. Now, when I was aiming for this gap, it was a great target. We ended up hitting the TP. I made a lot of money. But after it hit the target, I was still expecting it to churn back and run through it. But we ended up turning around and running back down and closing below this bullish gap right here that we're respecting like literally forever. So now it's like a question of like we have to be kind of patient, because here's why I'm still bullish on gold. So we're gonna have to pull up another trading view chart, because the reason why I'm still bullish on gold is because of the dollar. If we go to the dollar, which is known as DXY on TradingView, you can see that we tapped into this 3-month fair value gap. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean gold's going to start running down right away, because we still have 14 days until this quarter closes, right? So it might run up, close inside even further, and then start turning back around. But either way, we tapped back into this bearish zone, and this is a very high time frame bearish zone. For everybody that knows, the pair that we're trading is gold. So on Legacy, it's going to be GC. But pretty much, guys, whenever the dollar starts melting down, gold will go up. So whenever we see this like big turnaround on the dollar, once again, we had a massive rejection the first time we tapped into this area. We're back in it and we're getting another rejection. So I'm expecting it continues going lower. And so that means I'm expecting bullish price action on gold. We're already getting some nice buys. And now I'm just wondering, are we going to respect this daily bearish gap and continue going lower? Or are we going to try to rip through this area and potentially go back up into this daily gap as I was expecting initially? So that is what I'm looking for, guys. And the nearest targets, as usual, now that we're down to the daily time frame, we have this bearish gap right here on the daily time frame. It's a daily bearish FVG. The big gap that's highlighted is a IFVG. It can trade anywhere inside of this range. It can go through it. And then we have another daily bearish IFVG. Not IFVG. Daily bearish FVG right here as well. So we have two gaps that we could potentially use as targets this week. I'd love to see us trade into these areas. I think today we're definitely going to be targeting this one. So we're going to scale down to the lower time frame. I'm going to see if I can get a confirmation to potentially take buys up to this daily gap. This is my first day at Legacy Funded Futures because I switched from Clarity Traders. So can you explain the basics to me? Of course, brother. Let's go. All right, so basics of Legacy Funded Futures versus Clarity. So Clarity is a Forex prop firm. Now, you guys are going to see that there really is no difference between Forex and futures in terms of the chart. It moves exactly the same. That's why you guys will see me trading and executing on Legacy Funded Futures, but I like to use the Forex.com gold charts, which are known as XAUUSD. If you search that up on TradingView, use the Forex.com charts. They're the cleanest gold charts that you will find out there. So the basics understanding is, first of all, the charts move the same exact way. You can use the Forex.com XAUUSD chart and then go and trade gold on the futures Legacy, right? the thing is, the names are going to be different. So on futures, everything's going to be different. It's not going to be NAS 100 anymore for NASDAQ. Instead, it's going to be NQ. NQ for the mini, and then MNQ for the micros. So how this works, if you're used to Forex has lot sizes. So it's going to be like 0.01, 0.1, 0.15, like that's a lot size on, or one lot, right? One lot. But on futures, it's going to be micros and minis. So micros on futures, one micro is equivalent to like 0.10 lots. So that's like kind of the equivalent, and then one lot is equivalent to one mini. It's kind of like this. That's what the risk parameters are for Forex versus futures. Other than that, the prop firms are going to have a much tighter drawdown, but you're going to be able to get paid out faster. At legacy funded futures, all you need to get a payout on your funded account is 5 winning days. Oh, I'm not loading for you guys? Hello? Hello? Can you guys see my screen? I mean, not my screen, my face. Alright, awesome. People can see me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that's kind of like a basic overview. And then again, going into the actual prop firm, so search up legacyfundedfutures.com. I'll send the link for you guys in the chat. Or I already sent it actually. But here's the link so you guys can follow through this with me. If you guys scroll down, you guys will see our account types, Rise and Elite. I'm actually working on implementing the 1-day pass account, because for these accounts you have a 50% consistency, which means you can only pass it in 2 days. 2 days. So oftentimes this takes a lot more time, because not everybody's going to make 1,500 in 1 day. Like if the profit target's 3,000, you have to make 1,500, 1,500 in order to pass it in 2 days. Like you don't have to make 1,500, but I'm saying in the best case scenario, you're most likely not going to make that in 2 days. It's going to take you like a few days to pass the account, if not a week, 2 weeks. You can take your time, but I'm implementing a 1-day pass account for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Pretty much we have 2 account types. One of these, Elite, it has a bigger profit target but more drawdown, and then on the funded account you can withdraw more. Now, in order to get a payout at Legacy Funded Futures, all you need is 5 winning days. If you get 5 winning days of at least $200, you will be able to get or eligible for a payout. Now, with that being said, guys, I think that's a little brief overview. I'm seeing a little bit of a pullback right here on gold. Let's hop down to the lower time frame and see if we can get any confirmation for a bullish trade. So what I do is I split my screen on TradingView. I leave the narrative on the screen just so I never forget what I'm actually aiming for. And this level right here is going to be 50.38. Let me go to the daily time frame here and mark that out. Daily FEG low 50.38. There you go. Now we can scale down to the lower time frame. So as usual, guys, remember what we look for at 7 p.m. Why I go live here. Can somebody tell me in the chat why I go live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time? Somebody tell me in the chat. How to place a trade, I'll go over that too. 4-hour candle, exactly, guys. I will let you guys know the SL size, the TP, exactly what I'm going for. Exactly, guys, we get a new 4-hour candle. For those of you guys that know, if you look at the right-hand side of the screen, there's 3 hours and 54 minutes. Because at exactly 7 o'clock, 5 minutes ago, we got a new 4-hour candle. So on the right-hand side, I'm on the 4-hour time frame right here. You guys can see we have this new 4-hour candle. What I'm already noticing right away is that today we're going to have a beautiful immediate rebalance. Immediate rebalance is if it comes down and overlaps with the previous wick, we're going to get a nice 4-hour setup. So not only do we have a beautiful target today, absolutely beautiful target, but we have a nice 4-hour immediate rebalance as long as the 4-hour time frame continues to push down a little bit lower right here. Boom, we'll get a 4-hour immediate rebalance. And so that's what I'm going to be waiting for today. I'm going to scale down even lower time frame. Let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. There's nothing on the 1-hour time frame. 30-minute, there's nothing on the 30-minute time frame just yet. Nothing on the 15-minute time frame. Let's check to the left. We have an IFPG. Did we close above this one? Alright, yeah, so we did close above this IFG. So this is going to be a nice setup as long as we rip down into this gap. I'm expecting buys. All we need is a little bit of a deeper pull down into this area right here, that 4-hour immediate rebalance. And then once we start pushing back up towards buy side, that's when we're going to go in for some longs. Okay, guys? I think very simple setup today. We're going to be looking for some buys. Hope you guys are all doing well. Alright guys, we're digging down. This current candle that we're inside of doesn't have a wick, so we're probably going to dig down right here, create a wick, push down into this 4-hour immediate rebalance, and then start seeing some buy side. It's looking very good today, honestly, guys. What's up, everybody from YouTube? What's your winning rate on Legacy? Our winning rate is phenomenal. That's what it is. We're doing great, guys. This is a pretty new challenge. Already up 500 today. Took a little gold buy earlier. Let's go. We're almost there, guys. That 4-hour immediate rebalance is just about 20 ticks away, so we're about to tap into this area, and then I'm going to be looking for buy side. So in order to look for confirmation, for those of you guys that don't watch my YouTube videos, you scale down to the lower time frame, 1 minute, and you wait for one of these 1-minute gaps to get disrespected. But this only will happen, and that's only when we're going to take a trade after we hit our high probability zone. So only after we actually tap into this level right here will we look for confirmation on the lower time frame. So we're going to wait for this to dig down right here, and then we're going to mark out these gaps on the lower time frame. We're about to get one right here in 30 seconds, and we have one up here. This one already formed. This one down here is yet to form. So it won't form until the candle actually closes. There you go. So it does look like we're about to get this new gap right here. So we have two gaps that we can look for. We can honestly use this lower one right here just as our entry as long as we close above it. 1 minute FVG. So we're pretty close to our target here. We're going to wait for it to dig into this area. If it wants to go even lower, that's fine. We're not going to take a trade until it comes back up above this gap and shows us that it actually wants to disrespect to this bearish gap and move higher. That's what we're looking for today, everybody. Marky's win rate is 99.9%. How many contracts are you using? I'll let you know depending on how big our stop loss is going to be. Can't hear anything. Go to the YouTube if you can't hear anything. How many contracts are you using? Like I said, I will let you know whenever we do end up hopping into the trade. Do you want tacos? I always want tacos. I'd love some tacos right now. Let's go. We're almost at the target. Before we start looking for that reversal. There you go, we tapped into the area. Now we're looking for it to close above this 1 minute gap right here. If we do it right away, that would be absolutely lovely. So there you go, you can see we tapped into this 4-hour immediate rebalance. We're already getting a nice rejection. But we're not going to hop into a trade until the lower time frame actually confirms that we are changing the market structure. Because look guys, we ran down a good deal before we hit this zone. So we don't just want to, oh, it's going to reverse now. We don't just want to hop in. We want to give it some time. We want it to actually disrespect something to show us that it's disrespecting the bearish confluences and respecting the bullish ones. Let's go. Let's go, guys. We want a nice bullish candle here to close above this gap, and then we're going to be looking for an entry. How's your final on Saturday, Marky? My final was pretty good. It's pretty good. I studied. I stayed up, studied for it. Done with that. I got one more left online, and then I'm good. What is my username and password in new funding account? When I log in, it opens and I go to trading site asking username and password. It should be in your email if you opened an account. Like if you bought an account with Legacy, they should have sent you the one-time password inside of your email. If not, you could always reset your password. Just put in your email and reset your password. There you go. We're about to close above it. We've got 30 seconds left, and then we're going to hop into a trade. Stop loss is going to go right below this low whenever we close above this candle. Do not hop in yet. I will let you guys know if we get confirmation, because we might not close above the gap. If it even just barely stays inside of it, we're not looking for a buy just yet. We need it to close above, so don't rush into it. I've had a lot of streams where people jump in before I give the entry. Like right now, look, 3 seconds. We did not close above it. Oh, we did actually close above it. There you go. Boom, I'm hopping in. Let's hop in with 5 micros. Stop loss is going to go below the low here. So I'm in off of this gap. Stop loss is going below the low. In order to place a stop loss on legacy funded futures, see, I'm just doing a regular manual execution. 5 contracts, stop loss is below the low. In order to place your stop loss, you have to right click on the screen and do sell stop. So we're digging down. That was pretty close to the low right there. We do not want to see that, honestly. After closing above the gap, that was a lot of sell side. Alright guys, let's hope we survive this position here. It should not honestly dig back below this 4-hour immediate rebalance, especially after giving us lower time frame confirmation. I think that we are going to survive this position. Come on. Come on. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Come on. Alright, 5 micros just got taken out. I honestly don't know how much of a loss that was. Just around like 200, I believe. I'm still looking for the same exact setup because we did get lower time frame confirmation. We closed above this gap, but we instantly dipped back down after. So that was a little bit of a fake out move. And we're back at this 4-hour immediate rebalance. Like I said, I'm going to be looking for the same exact thing because I genuinely think that this was just a fake out. That was a massive bearish candle. Very unfortunate that it just barely dug on that low. Feel the force. We ain't on anything. We're looking for longs. Aiming for shorts below the support. We're not aiming for shorts. We're looking for longs. Why does my legacy view look janky? Chart isn't showing me live moving. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. My chart shows everything that you need. If you're logged in properly, it will show you exactly everything that you need to see. But if you can like send me a screenshot or show me your issue. Alright guys. Hoping that that wasn't literally the fake out. I don't know if I want to re-enter off of this same exact gap here. I might want to look for this one up here now because we definitely did not get a good reaction after we closed above this gap. But I'm still looking for longs from this area because we're targeting this daily gap that's just a slightly higher than this high to the left. I think today's daily target looks really good and we already started pushing towards it. So I'm just looking for a continuation back up to this daily bearish gap. That's what I'm looking for today, guys. We're not going to stop just because we got barely wicked out of this trade. We're going to look for confirmation one more time and target this same exact area. We're inside of a new 4-hour candle. We already have a massive wick on this candle, so as long as we turn around, this is going to be a nice reaction from today's 4-hour candle. Alright, good risk management, remember guys. Give us a nice little pullback from here. Honestly, if we get a big bullish candle here, I might just re-enter at this low because we still have this massive bullish gap. As long as we stay inside of it, I'd still be looking for a buy if we get a nice bullish candle. Look at that. We're still staying inside of this fair value gap, but I want a big bullish candle to close, and then we'll just hop in again. Stops are going to be below the low again, and I'm going in with 5 micros one more time, just because you don't really want to change up your risk management, especially if you took a loss. Alright, once this candle closes, we're going to be hopping in another position. Now, don't be afraid of a big bullish candle. Like I said, the target is all the way up here. We're also expecting the 4-hour candle to flip into a bullish candle. So this right here on the right hand side is the 4-hour candle. See this big black candle? We're expecting it to flip into a bullish candle. So getting in down here is still a really high probability setup, as long as we do get the confirmation that we're looking for. $15-minute FEG. There's a bunch of FEGs. We're looking for IFEGs. And we don't really need to look at like a lower time frame like 15-minute. We just need a very precise entry. That's why I'm using the 1-minute time frame, because I already know it's going to go up. You know what I mean? I don't need to see the 15-minute because I see the 4-hour is bullish. The daily looks bullish. Come on, give us a nice bullish candle. Dun, 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 dun. What you guys all been up to today? You guys have work, school? What you guys up to? Boss, how can I reduce my leverage and legacy funding in mobile device? You should still be able to identify this area right here where it says sell or buy. If you can't see that, maybe go to trade bar and it will pop up an option for you to. Not sure why that doesn't go away. So you should be able to select your quantity right here. You see that? I'm going in with 5 again. Probably going to be risking about 40 ticks. How does that look? Oh, I mixed these up. Not sure why it's only letting me place 7 micros though. Alright guys, we're just waiting for a nice bullish reaction. You can see right here by looking at the screen that we're staying inside of this fair value gap. So as long as we're not closing below it, this is a bullish sign for us. If we close below it, oh, we did end up actually closing below it. So we're just going to be even more patient now, because that might mean that we're still trying to run down. And we do not want to be in the middle of a move that's going to run much lower than this, right? Nah, I'm homeless. Dang, we got to get you out. Get this payout on legacy funded futures, pay the bills. When your manual is set to a higher number? My manual wasn't set to a higher number though. Look, it was at 5. But I can't go less than 7 here. Five-minute IFEG too. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for it to rip all the way back up here. If it doesn't go all the way up to this one, or we get some new for value gap, then no trade. I really want to hit the gym today, guys. I've been working on my taxes all day. I've had like so much crypto transactions. It was like 860 something crypto transactions, and I had to manually go through every single one of them and review them. I've been doing that for the last 2 days. Just non-stop. Like, I turn on a show and just watch the show while clicking review and back out of it. Review, back out of it for every single crypto transaction that I had. So I'm definitely going to start not withdrawing as often as I did. Because I even used a coin tracker. Like, it just didn't like categorize it properly. So be careful, guys. If you're getting a ton of payouts, like from a broker, for example, you got to be careful with how often you're withdrawing, because you're then going to have to go and like go over every single transaction. So what I just decided to do is I take it out of my wallet, leave it in there until it's a much bigger payout, and then just withdraw it like at the end of the week or at the end of the month. That way there's just not so much transactions at the end of the year. Woke up to minus 35K in payouts and 10 blown accounts because my trade copier didn't cancel out all my orders. Dude, that sucks. That sucks. I'm sure that hurt waking up to that. It's a lot of work gone. Sorry to hear that. 30-minute IFG, 1 hour rebounds. Boom, boom. None of that matters if we're not getting any lower time frame for rally gaps. Use this. So you guys are helping me, huh? So do you see how it says your value must be between 7? So for some reason it's just restricting me to 7. I don't know if that's because of... There should be no reason why it's doing that. Because I can manually execute, right? 5, 1, 2. So... no idea, guys. No idea why it's doing that for me. Alright guys, like I said, I'm going to wait for it to get all the way up here before I'm looking for any trades. Just because it looks kind of choppy right here. Like after this fake out that we just got in, like it closed above this gap, which looked really nice. But then it ripped down on us, even after we closed above. Then we just started chopping down with no volatility. So we want to wait for a big move back up, and we're just going to catch the continuation from here to the target. So this would be an entry at 50.26. Somewhere around here. That would be slightly before the 4-hour candle would turn into a bullish candle, still getting in below the open, which is amazing, and we would still get a beautiful setup. So I'd much rather wait for us to get up here, close above this gap, and catch the remainder of the move, than try to get into an entry down here and it just risk it keep chopping on us. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta wait for that like big move before you even get in your entry. A lot of traders, they don't understand exactly when the market moves, and they end up saying, oh, it's already too late for me to get into my entry, because you don't know how far the market's going to run. If you learn exactly what daily targets you have, then you can use those and determine like, oh, it's still actually a really good area to enter. Even though we ran up a lot, we're still far from the target. So one little thing for you guys to remember. If you mark out your first 1 minute FVG again, you'll see it didn't close above it. So you might be on the wrong charts here, because mine did close above it very clearly. Like I said, Forex.com charts, brother. Forex.com charts, it's the official charts. And it's probably just because it wanted to actually go lower. That was definitely a big fake out. We did indeed close above it. I don't enter any trades if it does not close above the gaps. You guys will learn that about me. Like there's been streams where it literally will stay just barely at the bottom. It won't enter. Like it will just consolidate right at the bottom. I will not enter my trade until it closes below it, and then I'll enter, and that's when the real move will happen. But here we just clearly got faked out. We were using 1 minute time frame confirmation, and it just didn't give it to us. Just didn't give us the move or the volatility. What chart are you using? Whenever you enter, just announce SL and TP. I always mark it out. I tell you guys it's going to be below the most recent 1 minute low or whatever it is. I do that for every single trade. We're probably going to do the same thing right here. And I'm just going to put my stop loss just below this low. And then the full TP is going to be this daily FVG low at 50.38. So just about over 100 pips. It looks good though, guys. Despite the 1 minute, the 4 hour looks really good. You guys can look through any of the legacy live streams on YouTube. We typically trade from this kind of 4 hour immediate rebalance like 90% of my streams. I've already blown 7 accounts on legacy, bro. It's just part of the grind. Like, it depends on how much you knew when you started. So one question, what is 1 on gold? Is it 1 mini? Are you talking about lot size or what, Char? How do you set a limit order on legacy? You just, same thing as trade bar. You just go over here, trade limit, and you just click it right there. Select the lot size, select 4 lot size, sell stop. Boom. And you have your stop loss, you have your entry right there. Exit, single, exit, OCO. Oh, there you go. So you can set your TP and your stop loss, and it'll automatically close it, both of them, whenever this closes. Alright guys, we're pushing back up finally. We're almost back to the gap that we got faked out on right here. Took our low. We're not going to use this as an entry anymore because we did disrespect this gap. We're going to wait for it to close above this higher one up here, and then we're going to go in for a trade. Let's actually decrease the risk just because our stop loss is going to be a little bit bigger, so we don't end up risking too much. We're going to go in with 4 micros. Let's go. And again, guys, I'm also very, very bullish on gold because of the dollar. The dollar has run up into a very major level. It took out a bunch of liquidity, and we're inside of this bearish 3-month gap. So that should be buys on gold for a while. Honestly, a while. Despite how the daily time frame looks bearish on gold, I still think it's going to run up. Trading on Rhythmic is hard and laggy. Are you trading on Rhythmic with Legacy? We have DX trade. I know what will happen. You go off and 10 minutes later it bumps up. Well, I keep trading, you know what I mean? I just don't like sitting in front of this light for too long. I got stuff to do. I want to hit the gym after this stream. So if we don't get the trade, I'm not going to be bummed out. I ask for prayers, man. Life has been hitting me with a lot of stress. Might just be on trials and tribulations. God is always good, even on the bad days. You know what? I agree with you, man. And it's the same for me. It's been very stressful. I've had a lot of stuff to balance. Gold isn't sleeping, Henry. It's time to move, bro. Are you holding gold for long term? Whenever I do enter positions, I always hold it for the narrative, but I typically trade it. I don't like to hold it way too long. DX trade doesn't always work on my phone very well either, man. Send me a message, brother. I'll give you some advice. Alright, guys, we got 13 seconds. 13 seconds, and then we're going to be looking for that bullish move up to this daily gap up here. Let's go. Let's give it 1 more minute because we didn't close above the gap just yet. But I do think that the next candle is probably going to close above it. We've been running up now. It's looking very, very good. Like I said, stops are still going to go below this low. And we're going to ride it up to this daily gap right here. You can see that the 4-hour candle right here on the right hand side is finally turning around into a bullish candle. Our entry right here is still below the open, which is a high probability entry. For those of you guys that don't know, when you're trading a session or you're trading a daily candle, the best time to enter a candle is inside of its wick. The wick, if the candle wants to go up, it's going to create a wick below the open. So you're supposed to get in below the open, and then once it flips around, it's never going to go back down to your entry. That's why I love trading Asia session, because we start trading inside of the wick of the daily candle. Like, pretty much we're already like overextended, like the wick's down here, right? But the target's up here, so we still have a great opportunity to enter. We got a new 4-hour candle. You know what I mean? We closed above it just now. There you go. I'm just going to enter right now. 4 micros. Boom. Create order, entered the position. 4 micros buy, stops are going to go below this low. It's a pretty big stop loss just because we did get a nice bullish movement. But I'm expecting this candle to flip. So if we tap back in, that's where you guys are going to enter. 1 minute IFG. But I'm already in with 4 micros on this position. There you go. We closed and tapped back into this IFG. We're now looking for it to run all the way up to this daily FEG low right there. So there you go, guys. That's our entry number 2 for the stream. We closed above this gap. We better run up. I'm giving it some room. 15 seconds. Optimally, guys, unlike what happened the first time where we closed above and ripped straight through it, optimally, when we close above, we want to keep closing inside of it, and then the next candle expands away from it. That's what we want to see when we're taking a trade from an IFEG, guys. So we do not want to see it run down below this gap. We want to see it close and expand away from it. Let's see if we get this bullish momentum now to the final daily target that we're looking for. Come on, gold. Remember, the stop loss is below the low here. On the future chart, it's going to be at 50.24, and we're in with 4 micros. So taking a look at this, probably risking about $250 on this trade. And we're looking for the daily target up here. Let's see where it's at on the future chart. Alright, on the future chart, that target that we're looking for is going to be at 50.44. Let's go back down to the 1 minute time frame. Let's see if we're still closing inside of this gap. Come on, 2 seconds left. So we didn't close inside of the IFEG. The market is just not respecting IFEGs today. We have this regular FEG, but it did not respect our 1 minute IFEG that it closed above up here. In fact, the market doesn't even have to tap back into it. It can just keep running after closing above it, and that's why it entered up here. But as soon as we entered after it closed above, we're getting a dump similar to what happened on the first time. This time it's just a bigger move. So let's see if we end up ripping up higher. I just don't really like how the price action is looking right now, but I'm still very confident that the bullish target for today is going to be this daily gap right here that we have yet to tap into. It's a new gap that just formed after Monday's candle closed. So we're already inside of Tuesday's daily candle. Let's go. Marky boy, we better win today. We better win. We better win, bro. Gold will go up soon because I'm at my toilet. I got you, Nicholas, bro. How much do you risk on this trade? And we lost 1K. Well, first trade, will you reduce the cons? I did reduce the cons. If you saw, I took 5 cons on the first trade. I'm in with 4. I was up on the day, so I'm very willing to risk the profit that I have. But at the same time, I'm only risking about $250. Like, my risk is very small because I know that if I catch the right move towards like this daily target, for example, the RR is going to be massive. So I would much rather go in with a smaller stop loss and then just re-enter if it takes me out, rather than losing a big amount trying to catch the move in one go. Because you got to wait for confirmation. We waited for confirmation, but looks like today price is really not respecting IFEGs, at least on the 1 minute time frame. Whew. Yeah, so the reason why, Nicholas, you should use MGC is because, like, I'm using MGC, right? Is because when it starts going up in our favor, notice how I'm in with 4. Pretty much if it goes up, I can close 2 and leave, like, secure profits and leave the rest of 2 running. But when you're only trading with 1 on a mini contract, you're not able to take any partials at all. So if this actually takes me out, guys, I'm calling it a day right there. Pretty much minus $400, $450 loss if we get taken out here. That's a massive drop after we got our second IFEG. So that really frustrates me because that's typically what I use as my lower time frame confirmation. But today, both times that we got an IFEG, we ended up running down. So price is either extremely bearish. It's not respecting the bullish IFEGs. You can see we're respecting this bearish one, but we're not respecting the bullish ones. So price might want to go lower. Come on. We can still survive this. Our stop loss is giving the trade plenty of room, and we almost barely churned back into a bullish candle on the 4-hour time frame. Remember, we're using the 4-hour immediate rebalance, and the 4-hour time frame, it looks good. The 1 minute time frame doesn't look so good. We just barely almost churned into a bullish candle. So I still think we're going to go up and flip this candle, run up. Let's be patient, guys. Let's wait for this to come back up. Why don't we go into sells? Because the target's up here, bro. Target's up here. I'm not going to sell until it hits this target. We didn't tap into this target. You can see that we're clearly running towards it. We got a 4-hour gap. Not 4-hour gap. 4-hour immediate rebalance. And we kind of rejected off of this level. You see, we rejected the first time. This is the second time we're rejecting off of this level. So that's why I'm looking for buys. Because our target's up here. We're respecting a 4-hour time frame. So no need to sell just because we got 2 little moves down. That's not showing you the real direction. You can't get tricked by the 1 minute time frame. You guys, Mark's the coach here. That's his system. Do what you want. That's true. If you guys want to sell, feel free to sell. We can have a little friendly competition in the chat. Sell, I'm telling you. Alright, brother. You can sell. Like I said, I'm going to stick to my narrative because the 4-hour time frame is telling me that it's going up. We did disrespect 2 1-minute gaps. We just didn't respect them after. Come on. I believe in this daily target up here. I believe we're going to hit it. We'll go break even once it sweeps this high out. Let's go. How do you set a limit order on Legacy? I think I already answered that. I just took some GJ buys. Awesome, brother. How many of you guys trade live accounts? Beautiful movement back up. Sometimes, guys, even if you're an ICT trader, especially because it's like Tuesday right now, technically it's Tuesday. Like, even though we're inside of Monday, you know, USA, it's already Tuesday's daily candle. It's still early on in the week. Price action isn't too good. Let's see if we have any news events this week as well. We have a lot of news events on Wednesday morning. So, dang. Got hella news. JPY too. Asia session is going to be super volatile on Wednesday. But other than that, our week is pretty empty in terms of news. We should have a nice expansion, honestly. There you go. We're running back up, guys. We're running back up out of this 4-hour immediate rebalance. Who cares about the 1 minute time frame right now? The 4-hour is showing us where it's going. Let me clean up the charts. Boom, boom, boom. Come on. We got a nice, beautiful target. 100 and pretty much 100 pips. 100 pip target. I do feel like it's going to go bearish too, but I'm in this trade with you. Let's go. I appreciate you guys trusting me on this. It's not time to go bearish yet. It's not time. Especially with the dollar, guys. I really want to see the dollar just keep melting down. It already looks like today's dollar is going down. Look at this. It doesn't move 1 for 1. Like, it won't go down exactly when the gold is going to go up. But it does tell us the overall narrative. And it does push gold. I'm telling you guys, if this continues to rip down, gold's going to continue to fly. Whether we're in gold or not, it's going to go up. Alright? I'm not just looking at the price action. I'm also thinking about where the dollar's heading and why. We don't have any news event until Wednesday that's going to change this direction of the dollar. So there's no point in not respecting it. If it wants to go down from this 3-month gap, it's going to go down. And gold's going to go up. We're about to push back into our entry. Nice. Let's go. Beautiful stop loss placement. Gave the trade some room. I feel like that's what you do as an experienced trader. You just acknowledge that the market still has its unpredictability. You know what I mean? Like, even though I have my strategy, my system, it's not always going to be easy to get your first entry in the proper place or even your second entry. And that's why sometimes you just have to accept that you're going to have to go in with a lower risk and place a bigger stop loss. Because if you guys were to go in with a higher risk right here and place your stop loss below the IFG, you would have gotten stopped out. Re-enter right here, you would have gotten stopped out again. But with one smaller position, I don't get stopped out. I remain in drawdown, but I don't get stopped out. And look at us now. We're going to hit that TP. We're going to be up $500 if it runs to our full TP. But if you're down, like you lose once, lose twice, you finally get that good trade, but now you're already down $1,000. It's going to be so much harder for you to dig yourself out of that hole. When I put my TP a little higher, SL a little lower, it doesn't give me fees? No, it doesn't. If you already placed your SL, it's not going to give you fees if you replace it right there. Total fees, $4. Wait, let's actually see. Hold on. I'm going to experiment for you. 1024. Yeah, so look at the balance. 100,050. It does not affect the balance. No commissions are taken when you already placed your stop loss. So like I said, guys, when we rip out through this high, we're going to go break even on this trade. Actually, we shouldn't go break even. It might pull back a little bit, but it's heading for this daily gap. Especially if we rip up here. I'm just going to remain in this position and all the way to the TP. Let's go. It's time to rip. It's time to rip and run. Look at this 4-hour candle, guys. It's turning into a bullish candle. Beautiful immediate rebalance. Unfortunately, we didn't get the perfect entry from the first IFG right there. Right? That would have been a beautiful entry. Would have been floating a lot more profits. But you can see that the 4-hour time frame, immediate rebalance, was still very well respected. And we're now turning into a bullish 4-hour candle. We're expecting this bullish 4-hour candle to keep running up. That is an immediate rebalance and a half right there, chat. Can we go drink some coffee? Bro, I want some coffee for real. I would love some coffee right now. I'm out of coffee beans on my espresso machine, so feel free to, after you take your profits, get your payout, send me a coffee beans. That would really just brighten up my day. Where's UTP on the futures mark? It's like 50.44, I believe. Slightly different price. I don't have a TP. I'll just manually close my position when we get there. But it's at 50.44. I went to the daily time frame and I checked on futures. Over here it's at 50.38, so 50.44 on futures. Just slightly different. You guys will notice the price will be a little bit different from the Forex and futures charts, but I'm telling you guys it's the same exact thing. That's how I was just able to take a trade off of the 4-hour time frame right here, off of a confluence that I see. And I took the trade on futures. Why is it moving in the same direction? Because it's the same chart, guys. Same exact chart. Nothing's different. Use your Forex.com charts on TradingView. Execute on Legacy. Just broke my fast with some coffee. There's nothing better to break your fast than some coffee. Just make sure that caffeine doesn't get to you. Make sure you put some food in your body. Now let's go, guys. Let him cook. Let him cook. YouTube, how we doing? How we doing, YouTube? Come on. Drop. What code do we use when we were buying Legacy Fund and Futures accounts? What code do we use, chat? Let's see if YouTube knows what code we use when we buy Legacy Fund and Futures accounts. We got 18 people watching on YouTube, guys. We're killing it right now. We are killing it. Is my stream updated on YouTube? Yeah, we are updated. Yes, sir. We're using code MARK. Marky boy, are we going break even? Honestly, my entry is pretty bad. That's why I said I'm probably not going to go break even. My entry is pretty dang bad. So I want to see us rip up through this high, and then potentially I'll go break even right there. But we didn't take the high yet, so don't rush into it just yet. 50.28 is beautiful. I had some positions on my live account as well. Let's go, everybody. I'm going to hold these live account positions all the way to that daily gap. And I'm not talking about this one right here that we're aiming for today. I'm talking about 55,260. That's what I'm aiming for. This is my end of the week target. I want to see gold to run up that far. If you guys believe in me, buy gold and hold it, guys. All week. That's what I think gold's going to do. As long as we rip through this gap, you know what I mean? We might get a little bit of a pullback, but ultimately, as long as at the end of the day we end up like above this gap, we're probably just going to keep moving higher and higher. Because yes, last week's sell side was so crazy. Like, that was such a massive sell side and no buy side whatsoever. Let's go. Still waiting for it to take this high, guys. If we break the 50-30 high, holy moly, we will shoot up then. Yeah, because the dollar is pretty bearish. So once gold does start moving, it's going to start moving. You know what I mean? I'm going to be ready once we do get confirmation on the higher time frame. To close the trade, we just flatten all. Yeah, you can flatten all, or you can set a stop loss. Gold is moving slow because of the newsletter. What newsletter? Are you talking about the one on Wednesday? And it's not really moving that slowly. What's the TP going to be? It's going to be that daily gap that you see on the left-hand side of the screen. What's up, Ahmed? Hope you're doing well. We're looking for this right here. 50-38. That's what we're looking for today, where we take some partials. As long as we keep moving up. I think this is a normal movement on gold, you know what I mean, for Asia session. Sometimes we did get absolutely massive expansions, but we're still moving. We're still moving. What's your SL for that? My SL is below the low. Moved it up a little bit, but we're right below these lows. Oh. Come on. Leaving some highs for later, I guess. Because we didn't take the high and we're getting a nice reversal. I just sneezed and almost closed my trade. That's funny. If I'm buying and keeping for the whole week, am I using the same SL you are using right now? Are you using a live account? Because you do not want to be doing that on Legacy. And honestly, my live account positions are down here at 5,005. Somewhere down here. I don't know, dude. If it takes me out, I'm just going to re-enter on those positions. I'm just going to use a low risk and try to catch the whole move all the way up. Because we got two gaps. Got two gaps right here. Dollar's turning around. It might not happen exactly like within the next few days, but it's definitely going to start moving back up. It's gold that we're talking about. Yeah, live account. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, brother. Yeah, there's two red releases on AUD 11:30 p.m. So AUD is Australian dollar, and that's not really going to affect gold. Come on. We are dumping down to this low, and that's where my SL's at right now. Should I move it back below that low to the left? Probably not. If this takes me out, guys, it's already 7:50. We've been in this stream for 50 minutes, and we did not get that bullish expansion that I was looking for. Yeah, so if that starts running right now, guys, I'm just... whatever. But anyways, guys, that was our trade. That was my narrative for today. We did not get that trade that I was looking for. I wanted to see us sweep this high and run towards this daily gap up here. Keep your eyes out if it does happen. Be ready to execute. But... No cigar today, guys. We took 2 trades. 2 of them got stopped out. Both of them after IFEGs. We got an IFEG right here. We got another IFEG right here. Both of those trades got stopped out. Looks like it just swept out the low and we're turning back around. If you guys survive this position, I would recommend holding it. I just got taken out because I moved my stop loss up. But whatever. Catch you guys in the next Asia session. If you guys are looking for an instant funded account, you guys can go through me. Send me a message. Marky Boy, answer my question. What is your question? I don't know what your question is. SL for your live account, bro. I don't know how much you can risk. You know what I mean? My position's at break even. Like I said, if it takes me out, I'm going to re-enter. But you just got to learn the model that I'm trading with, bro, and use it to execute on good positions. We got another bearish gap right here, guys. But I need to finish up my taxes and I got to go to the gym. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, guys, but I have other stuff that I have to do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to stay on with you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We'll catch a better trade going into this week. It's the first stream of the week, first Asia session of the week. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm going to end the stream here. Catch you guys in the next one.